She wrestled with her keys and bags for a moment, got the car door open and got in. From the corner of her eye, she could see a figure in the distance, a young man moving in her direction. As she started her car, he was closer and calling something to her. He was well dressed, quite nice looking. It seemed he wanted her help with something. Maybe he had lost something or needed directions. Her lifelong habit of good manners tugged at her conscience. It went against the grain to ignore someone. Her hand even went to the window to wind it down. But somewhere in the pit of her stomach, a tiny clenching sensation made itself felt, and uncharacteristically, almost in a panic, she drove quickly past him and out onto the road. In the mirror, she saw him standing, motionless, staring after her. Even when she got home, her heart was still pounding. "What's the matter with me?" she thought. Back in the tumult of home, the warm greetings of her parents and her little daughters, Andy pushed the incident out of her mind, until she watched that night's TV news. A man had been arrested by the police near a suburban train station. Her train station. He'd attempted to abduct a young woman at knife point, but she'd screamed and fought back, and by incredible good luck, 2 other women had driven into the car park just then, and the man had fled. Andy's mind took just a few seconds to make the connection. It had almost been her. And that poor other woman. Andy's husband was shocked, coming into the living room to find her shaking and sobbing on the couch. Together they rang the police. That night 2 detectives came to her house. They brought photographs. She was able to identify the man as the one who had approached her car. They thanked her and said that she was very smart to have avoided him. They carefully did not use the word escaped. Andy was shivering and shaking again as her husband saw the detectives to the door. Andy was a patient of mine when I started out as a young therapist. She stayed safe and quite possibly alive on that windy afternoon because she'd listened to some very specific signals, literally her gut feelings. She reacted in exactly the way that she needed to protect her own life. This was a wired-in response of the kind that has kept people alive for millennia. In our species' long prehistory, there were always dangers, and we needed highly tuned senses to stay safe. A sudden quietening of the birds, a flicker of movement through the trees. We reacted first, and then our brain got going to figure out what to do next. Hide, run, call out a warning, or just relax and say, "Welcome home." Our brains are very good at this. Information coming in through our senses is processed and assessed almost instantly, long before we have time to think or reason. This is your supersense, and it adds up complicated and subtle information to determine what is important for you to notice. It is doing this every second of every day. Before neuroscience properly explained this, it would have been called intuition or a sixth sense. But it's neither. It's a very advanced capacity that your brain has, firstly to integrate sensory information at lightning speed, then to run this past the accumulated memory of your whole lifetime to see if it rings a bell. Your supersense then performs its third miracle. It lets you know. It triggers bodily changes strong enough to alert you, again, faster than words, that this is urgent. And if, like Andy, you are aware, in touch with your insides, you will get the message. We modern humans have been told in myriad direct and indirect ways that our brain is the smartest part of us. By brain, we mean the thin orange rind of our brain, the prefrontal cortex that's involved in conscious verbal thinking, the part that deals with everything from "did I lock the door" to "should I get Netflix?" That part of our brain is impressive, but compared to our supersense, it's a plodding infant. Your supersense is so profoundly capable that understanding it will knock your socks off, though we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We've got a whole book ahead of us. You have this supersense, and in the course of reading these pages, you will learn to apply it to